We are.
All right. We're live, guys. Let me click this off my screen real quick. And welcome to the Edge podcast with Chip and Christy. The Edge Business Networking Organization, or education organization, like we like to refer to it now, where we help entrepreneurs in any niche, any industry grow, and we empower, develop, grow, and educate entrepreneurs and help mold them into business leaders, into moguls in their area, in their county, city, state, whatever their goal is. We want to help you achieve your goal if you're an entrepreneur, and that's what the Edge Biz is all about. This week we wanted to come, we've already talked about the importance of a web presence. We've talked about the importance of a website, getting that Facebook page, the whole online marketing. Today we want to specifically talk about the importance of Google reviews. How to handle them, how to get more. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the importance of having a Google profile in the first place. The Google profile is a must. We have definitely talked about that. But today we want to kind of dive deeper into the reviews and why they're so impactful for local SEO in your niche. It doesn't matter what niche you are. If it's on Google and people are searching for it, people are making money having these profiles and optimizing their reviews, getting these good 5-star reviews, heck, even 4-star reviews. Christy, what's been your experience with Google reviews, even from the beginning to now?
So we own multiple businesses throughout the state of Texas. And one of the things that we did to help our SEOs go through the roof in every area that we opened was we got Google reviews immediately from customers. Anybody that we've done work for before, it could have been in a previous kind of setting, people that knew us, we got tons of Google reviews. And that's one way that you can really give your business credibility where you're at. It levels that playing field for people that have been in business for 20, 30, 40, 50 years that hadn't caught on, because a lot of people still don't pay any attention to their reviews, their Google reviews. So it's so important to be able to have an avenue for your customer to leave a review for you. It gives you credibility almost immediately as a new business. So it's so important to have those Google reviews. I've got tons of great reviews, and I've got a couple bad ones that we've done, and you have to respond appropriately. If you're in business long enough, you're going to have some bad reviews.
Yeah, for sure. There's no such thing as owning a business and not having a bad review, because you can't please everybody.
Right.
And people are picky. And I mean, it's just how it is. And people are going to get upset. It's just how to handle when you get the bad review. The one thing about Google, the big thing about SEO, search engine optimization with Google, is trust. They want to trust that you're a real business, that you're legitimate, that you're doing good work. They want you to make money through their platform. Getting these reviews is basically just not only giving the credibility to the people that look and see, that are looking you up and see your reviews, and let them kind of go through what other people have experienced with you, but you're giving Google credit, like you're helping your credibility with Google as well, because real people in real time are saying that you did the jobs that you're saying that you do. You're confirming with that's your business, that's what you do, and that it's real. So these reviews are huge when it comes to, that's why they're so important with SEO on the Google profiles. Now, Christy and I were actually talking about this yesterday. That's not the only factor in search engine optimization on Google, on your profile. So you will see some businesses that have less reviews that are going to be over you because they've done a bunch of other stuff to optimize their profile. And it could be time. It could be that they're the 20, 30-year business that's been around and they've been on the internet for 15, you know. It could be that. It could be that they constantly post on there and put pictures on there. But when you do the whole picture, when you do the reviews, the posts, the pictures, you're going to quickly move up the ranks and quickly see that those phone calls start getting better and better the higher up you get in that ranking. You're going to have way more specific asking for you phone calls. I call them exclusive leads. But the higher up you get in the ranking, the less you're going to hear from Home Advisor and Angie's List and all those other people that are trying to hustle leads onto you. And you're going to start getting the calls from the customers that are looking for you because you are at the top on that search. Reviews are so crucial, but handling the reviews correctly. Christy, break it down. How do you handle a Google review correctly?
So no matter if you have a positive or a negative review on Google, you need to respond to it as a business owner. Even if it's a simple thank you for your review, you have to respond. That way they know you're engaged as the business owner. Another thing, when you have a bad review, we had a review this week from a guy that, left us a review because Lowe's hasn't got a part in for his special order shower. And it's been a couple of months, but Lowe's, it's not us, it's Lowe's. And we've told you this a million times, but he was so upset. He called my business partner and was kind of chewing at him. And the business partner said, hey man, we've ordered it. We're sorry. There's lots of things that are on back order because of COVID, blah, 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 blah. And then still he wasn't happy with that answer and he left us a bad review. So our response was, thank you for your review. As we explained to you on the telephone call, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And he later texted my business partner and said, I'm so sorry I left that bad review. I was just in a bad mood. So he changed his review or took it down until we're finished. So it's so important to respond and communicate with the customers instead of just ignoring them. You've got to talk through them. But do realize 1% of the population, somebody peed in their Cheerios this morning. So no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you're never going to make them happy. There's just some of those difficult people in the world. It's not going to ruin your business. I remember the first bad review we got. I thought, oh my God, doesn't matter. They see you're real. And when you respond with, thank you for leaving this review. I sincerely would like to apologize for your experience. This is not the way that we usually handle those matters. Please contact our office because sometimes we've not even known that a customer was unhappy unless they left a review. Let's get you taken care of. Here's our email address. Here's our phone number. Please, please call us. You're going to get bad reviews from employees that you fire, from business partners that you've gotten rid of, from your competitors. Oh my gosh, I've had so many competitors that have left bad reviews. Dude, you don't even know us. You've never used our product. But because we are, infringing on what they call their territory, even though I believe there's plenty of business out there.
Yeah, that's a mindset of scarcity. I hate that.
It is. You want to respond to them. And I've responded in the wrong way and I've responded in the right way. You just need to respond. And once you know better, you do better.
For sure. And
simple.
And depending on what kind of entrepreneur you are, you can outsource this stuff, man. It's digital reputation management. And there are plenty of people. I mean, my agency does it. There's plenty of software programs that have protective ways to block that bad review from immediately making it to Google and giving you a chance to stop it. Like for instance, sending an email to a client, if they choose, anything under 5 stars, you have the email bounce right back to you. Yep. If they choose 5, it shoots to Google and they can put the review on. There's softwares out there that companies like mine or independent SEO people like me can do for you. So if you're one of those solo entrepreneurs that likes to do everything yourself and have control of everything, which I disagree with, but there's tons of you out there, you can do this yourself. It's just going to take up a lot of your time, which in my opinion is valuable. You are the owner of the business. Your time is the most valuable in the whole business. There's nobody else that had its time is as valuable as yours in your business, right? So that's why I believe outsourcing is so crucial, because you hire another company to do it. It doesn't take up any of your time. 100% of your focus is on your business now. That's why I'm a 100% believer in outsourcing services like this. Now, obviously, you don't want to outsource everything. You want to handle as much as you possibly can. And if you have an employee that can do stuff like this, I still think you'll save money hiring out, but having an employee that can do it, I know plenty of companies who do that as well. As a business owner, I do not believe you should be wasting your time on this. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
I believe you should find somebody that can do it for you.
You should, because I remember in the beginning of business when you get that bad review and you would worry about it for hours, days, sometimes weeks.
Yep.
Now, you know, I hear from our people that we've got a bad review. I say, this is how you respond. And then it's over. Like, we know now, we're aware of what the issue is. Once we know better, we do better, right? But Google reviews are so important. You're only going to get, 1% of people that are just cranky and leave you the bad reviews, but they're so important for your Google ranking. And plus, it helps you to make your business better. It helps you to change some of those little gaps that you might have. It also gives you more exposure on Google with those local SEOs. So you want the exposure. Well, Christy, how do you get more reviews? You ask people for them.
Start asking, correct.
Yeah. You send the Google link to your customers. You send it to people that have done business with you previously. That's how you build yourself in the Google ranks. Now, if you're fancy like Dwyer Group in Waco, Texas, which has, all these different service-based brands, they've got a software system that takes a Yelp review and puts it to Google, and it takes a Facebook review and it'll put it to Google. So it makes them go up the rankings much more quickly. But I believe in organic and building it yourself through the Google reviews, and you can use your Facebook page for that. Remember, Google is like a phone book in 2021, and Facebook is like a billboard. So if you put on your billboard that you need Google reviews, they'll go to your phone book and leave you the review, or whatever platform you're trying to build. I do recommend Google because of the SEO advantages. SEO is search engine optimization. That puts you to the top of the page on Google. So those are a couple of things to remember when you're building your reviews, because I remember it took like forever to get our first review, and then we got 7 reviews, and then we got more and more. And you have to work at it continually or you won't have any reviews.
Closed mouths don't get fed. I don't know how. It's crazy how much that applies to being a business owner, though. But that old, that old saying, closed mouths don't get fed. That's like, you're never going to make a sale if you don't ask for the money. You're never gonna get a Google review. Well, not never. You will get very few Google reviews if you don't ask for it, and you have to be out there pumping business every day to get a review randomly. You have to somehow be running through customers daily, like maybe a tow company that tows 10 to 20 people a day. They might randomly get reviews because they're doing so many people. And there's always going to be that one person that actually is involved in doing stuff like that. Go ahead.
Service-based businesses like Chip and mine, you have to ask for those reviews, because the only people that'll leave you a review is somebody that's maybe a little bit unhappy with you. It's easier for people to tear people down than build them up. How do you get significance in life? You hold a gun to somebody's head and take all their money. Fear will drive people. Other people like to build people up. Now, there's more people in the world that want to build people up, but it just slips their mind. So you actually have to go and ask all the time. And people will tell you, yeah, I'll leave you a review, and they never do.
Yeah.
And don't get upset at them. they're busy with life, just like the rest of us, right? So you have to keep asking over and over and over again on multiple platforms for Google. Now, other ones, there are other places that you can leave reviews. I prefer not to focus on those because the majority of people are going to Google. So it's really important for those Google reviews to drive up your SEOs, a good review or a bad review.
Yeah, because it makes you real. I do. I have a super close personal friend that owns a roofing company, and he is 100% behind having at least 1 or 2 bad reviews that he does not want to change, because in his mind it makes him more real.
Yes.
And I do believe, and there's tons of people out there who have that same belief, and it's not wrong. If you think about it, it's not wrong, because you don't want to. Obviously, you don't want to pick a company that has nothing but bad reviews. But if the more reviews you see, at least in my mind, the more reviews I see, the more business I know they're doing. So I will personally go with more reviews most of the time, just because I was able to read through and see how they run their business.
Yeah, so I also ran across a meme this week, and I meant to mention it to you before the podcast, but I forgot to. But there was this meme that said, McDonald's can mess up your order 1,000 times and you still go back there. But a small business owner makes a mistake and you want to crucify them.
Yeah, you want to crush them.
Yeah, like a small business owner is in your community. They are spending money making your community a better place to live. Try to communicate with them. Think of them in that McDonald's kind of mindset, and try to talk to them. 99.9% of all business owners I know are reasonable. And if you talk to them about your issue, instead of being a keyboard tough guy and going online, they'll resolve your issue. They'll negotiate. They want to make you happy, because most business owners look at you as the lifeline of their business, which you are as a customer and client. Yep. So before you leave that bad review, reach out to the business, ask to speak with someone, and your issue will probably be solved. And then put that in the review.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, and to kind of piggyback on what you were talking about earlier, the phone book and with Google and Facebook. I also have another analogy, and that's 100% right. Google is the phone book, Facebook is the billboards. But the way I look at it is they're like the popular couple in high school. You don't mention one without the other. You don't share one without sharing it to the other. One will get jealous if you talk about them way more than the other. They're both very cocky, popular people. You know the guy, the athlete, the quarterback, with his cheerleader girlfriend, that you don't mention one without the other, because when you connect them both and you keep at both of them, it benefits you, man, because it's kind of like they want to one up each other and have the best platform, yet different. And since they're different, that's why they're so compatible. But you always want to look at them as like, don't just mention Google without sharing it to Facebook. If you do something on Google, share it to Facebook. If you do something on Facebook, find a way to share it over to Google, or copy and paste it, get it on your Google profile. You want to stay active on both.
Yeah, on all different kind of platforms, whether you use Facebook, Insta, TikTok, Google. A lot of people forget about their Google profile. They'll just focus on Facebook, or they'll focus on Insta. And you can crop that photo and use it on Insta. You can crop that photo and use it on Facebook. You can put that photo over onto Google. You can even put videos over onto your Google profile. And when people see that you're active, they'll know that you're in business, because I've noticed a lot of Facebooks and a lot of Googles that say that businesses are closed, but you call them and they're open. Yep. So that is something that you can do. You can share it to all of the different platforms, and you can also have reviews on several of the different platforms to rank you up on those SEOs.
Yep. And then, Facebook's doing reviews now too. So that's something that I haven't got fully into yet, but I'm sure it's the same concept. The more reviews you get, the more real you become to Facebook.
Yeah,
And if you
Facebook,
think about it, what's up?
Facebook changed their reviews a
Yeah.
year or so ago where you can't see them as well on Facebook as you can see them on Google. It's really strange how they changed kind of that platform. You have to go digging for it on a
Yeah.
business page now. So I don't focus on Facebook reviews anymore. It's mostly Google.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is there's more money. It's big money, bigger money flowing through Google, bigger, more specific money. Facebook is a very great way to inexpensively
Mhm.
get your momentum going. But if you don't shift some of that money you're making for Facebook into Google, uh, you're not going to make that step to the bigger money, the exclusive leads, a lot more specific. When people find somebody on Facebook, it's like driving by a billboard.
Mhm.
Oh, there's that. They might call you right there, or they might need to see it 15, 16 more times to call you. And even when they call you, they might not specifically be looking because I have this project I've been thinking about for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that means you're either never going to get that client or you might get them in 6 months. But at Google, they know what they need. They looked it up and they called specifically for that. It's a big difference. Unless your post is just super specific on Facebook and somebody that's been looking for it runs across it, which is coincidence.
Yeah.
Then you get that person. But if they're searching, if they're typing in the words, they know what they're looking for, and that's
Google's really the low hanging fruit. It's
for what? Yeah.
they look for you and they come to you with these reviews. It builds trust. It builds your SEO. It gets you feedback. If you're not currently using Google reviews, you're missing a huge piece of your business, and your competition is going to run over you eventually if you don't have a Google profile, you don't have a Google page, you don't
Yeah.
have reviews. For many small businesses, you want to have an amazing return on your investment, and Google reviews are free.
Free.
So
Google
it's a great
profile's free.
return on your investment.
Yeah, the Google in itself, man, that the whole Google profile is free to set up. You can get a free website with it. You're not going to be happy with that website, but it is what it is. It's a free website, and it is another access point to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the whole point is how many access points are there to you on the internet? How many places can people go to find you and get to you? And the trick, it's a numbers game, just like anything else we're talking about. Just like sales, you call 100 people. If your numbers are, you call 100 people and you get 2 sales, that probably means you can kind of transfer that to do 100 jobs, get 2 reviews.
Yeah,
It's,
probably.
yeah, it's about how it goes. It's a numbers game though. On everything, it's always a numbers game. So where are you? Are you on every possible platform where your target market is though? Now don't go jumping on platforms that your TikTok if you're doing landscaping, because chances are the 14, 15, 16-year-old girls aren't going to go to their dad and be like, ooh, check out this new landscaping company I saw on TikTok.
And
That's
it's
just
hard to, on TikTok, do it geographically, that it
Yeah.
only goes out to the people that are in your area. It goes out to everyone across the world. So if you're in Waco, Texas, and you get a lead from Singapore,
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to take care of that.
Yeah, or you better charge a lot.
Yeah.
One of the two, right? But
The
yeah, I
bottom
mean,
line is, if you're not utilizing Google reviews to increase your trust, your brand, your SEO, your feedback, your insights, you need to hop on the bandwagon because it's cost effective and it will help you build your business in a certain geographic area rather quickly.
for sure. Yeah, and that's Google and Facebook are really good at that. At finding you can target who you want specifically. They're really, and they get better at it as the months progress. So, they always are updating and changing their algorithms, changing their platform in general. So that's another thing, though. You want to stay up with it. And the great thing about Google is they're going to send you an email. The great thing, it's also annoying, but you're going to get emails constantly telling you either how to upgrade and optimize your page or what changes are coming. So they're super communicative when it comes to telling the person who's running the profile how to run it. So it's, if you pay attention, Google will tell you how to get everything going correctly on that profile. Exactly. They might keep their secrets with SEO, but on the Google profiles, they want as many businesses, every business out there, they want to have a profile. So in that sense, they want it to be as easy as possible, as accessible as possible. And that's how they make it. And it's constantly getting better.
It is. It is. So go out there, get your first Google review.
Yeah. And if you only have a couple, and this is something you've been struggling with, reach out to me, reach out to Christy, reach out to a marketer in your town, in your city, in your state, whatever the case may be. Ask the questions. Ask the right questions to the right people, though. That's the trick, is finding the right people, asking the right questions. Or if you are a really good do-it-yourselfer, just go ahead and get on and follow instructions, because they have them. They have the instructions. That's not for me. I would rather listen to somebody telling me what to do, but they have all the instructions on there. Probably even YouTube videos to show you how to do it.
They probably do.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean, there's trainings for pretty much everything you can think of. So I guarantee you they do.
On a side note, you can follow The Edge on YouTube. It's called the Chip and Christy channel.
The Chip and Christy channel. Yeah, follow us, man. We would love any of you guys. If you have comments or questions, reach out to us. We would love to answer your questions. If you're an entrepreneur, I take that back. If you are a wantrepreneur, if your goal is to quit your 9-to-5 and start a business, and you have a niche in mind, you need to call me and Christy. You need to come to The Edge, because that's what we do. We want to help grow businesses from scratch. We want to help get people out of that 9-to-5. I believe the lifeblood of the United States of America is locally owned businesses and entrepreneurs that run them. Basically, I mean, the world is ran by privately owned companies, man. I mean, it's being an entrepreneur separates you and sets you aside and puts you on a pedestal. You have to become, that better person, for one, but for two, you can do it. There's nothing that you can't do. There's no reason you can't be an entrepreneur, just like me and Christy. You can do this. If you have something in mind and you want to get a business going, I don't care what the niche is, give us a call. The Edge Biz is here to help you grow, get started, and save money in the process. Avoid all those mistakes that every entrepreneur makes that first year in business. Save that money. I guarantee you I lost at least 25 grand last year, my first year out, because I did not have somebody to help me avoid those mistakes. And if I did, I wasn't asking the right questions at the right time.
Yeah, that stupid tax can be pretty expensive. I've paid it for years.
And you know what? The stupid tax is going to keep coming. There's always going to be something that messes you up, that sets you back. You're going to lose money every now and then. That's not an issue. The issue is how you handle it, how you learn from it, and how you grow from it. And that's what The Edge is all about, is growing. We want to help grow, obviously our business, but we want to help the wantrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs that are young, that are just getting started. And on the same note, even if you're an entrepreneur that's been around for 30 years, if you have not shifted to the digital world, give us a call. We can help you out. We can get you involved. We can definitely get you set up. So anybody out there that wants to either scale their business or start one, reach out, man. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Join us tomorrow at 8:30 for The Edge. We are changing the venue, so make sure and pay attention to that on our Facebook page. We're going to announce that a little bit later today. We would love to have you. We want to help you grow your business. That was some great stuff, Chip.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, man, we'd love to have you. And guys, thanks for watching. Everybody that's our viewers, thank you so much. Our numbers for June were incredible. Thank y'all for following and sign up. And not just that, stay tuned. Every week we will be back and we will have more amazing information to help you grow your business. Christy, anything else before we sign off?
No, just join us with Edge. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, our podcast. You can come live to the meetings. So definitely check us out. We can help you to make more money.
For sure. No doubt about it. Guys, we love you. Stay safe. For now, this was the Edge Podcast with Chip and Christy.